Okay, fun with dumb. This is about as dumb as it gets, I guess. I have been calling this to various people my secret project, number one, in fact, because I got to a second secret project going on that I already finished, which, those of you who know what it was a paper on muzzle flash, and it's the characteristics of muzzle flash. Well, secret project number one has been a high-speed camera made from actually an old QuickCam. Most people take these things and they use them for astronomical uses. I figured out how to make one be a high-speed camera. So we can show you how the high-speed camera stuff works. So first of all, this piece of 4:2 PVC, believe it or not, is a flash unit. This is an old QuickCam. This is a black and white. It's all I've got. I don't know how to make any of the newer ones work. But I signed an NDA with Connectics millions of years ago, and so I know how this thing works. This device connects the old black and white parallel port QuickCam to the computer via USB cable. That's also where it gets its power from. So the power for this guy here comes from there. And all control comes through this piece of custom software that I've just put together. So let me save this one that I just did. Now this isn't some fancy schmancy camera where you get to just tell it to go and it records 1,000,000 frames at 1,000,000 frames a second. Oh wow, that's cool. My heater element's glowing, so it's deep enough into the near infrared that this camera can see it because it doesn't show up on the other camera. How cool is that? You can see it glowing. Alright, so back here, underneath there, this is a power supply, and underneath of it's a triggering circuit, and this is the trigger right here, is a light curtain. So what I'm doing is I'm running water through a siphon, and I get one big fat drop come out here. It breaks the light curtain, and then the flash goes off. And so everything is time synchronized with the flashes. And so we come here in their fun software, and we set the trigger delay. So this is the time from when that's the time from when this drop of water breaks this light curtain to the time that this flash starts. Numbers are mostly meaningless. They're basically repetitive cycles through. So I come here and I arm the system and tell it, okay, I am ready to acquire. And I'll come over here and we'll see how good this all looks on this camera. So I've been having a little bit of problems with the alignment of the light curtain this afternoon. For me to make the video that you guys will see later, there we go. See the flash go? I don't know if you guys saw it on the camera or not. But here is the drop of water right there, falling in the air, stuck in space. Now, you may have looked at one earlier and said, oh, well, you just had that up on the screen. It's no big change. Oops. And you're right, it wasn't, because I put in the same time. So we're going to change the 37,500 to 36,500. And if you notice, that drop of water is right at that crack on my oven mitt. Turns out my oven mitt makes a good marker. So, so we're going to change by 1,000 units. Uh-oh, I got an error message. Of course, now I bring out the camera. Let's try to show off how much fun work I've been doing. Everything starts to quit working. So let's try this again. Get a flash. My alignment bites. It works for long periods. The heat of this thing causes things to jiggle just a little bit. There it goes. Got the flash. And so, see, 1,000 really doesn't change it much. We come here and we save, and I just save it as the time, because after a little bit I figured out that was the easiest thing to do. So that's my secret project for those of you who've been working at it. Now the real problems in this, making the QuickCam work with the USB port wasn't such a big deal. You want to know how much time I've spent on this end to end? It's been going on 3 years in my copious free time. I have many children, and I have to, my wife works weekends, so I don't have time just to sit in the garage or whatever and mess around with things. So total time, if I was just working on this at work and they were paying me to do this, which would be really great, there's less than a year's worth of work here. In fact, there's probably only about 6 months. It's real hard having to go back and say, oh, well, gee, where was I?